One of the biggest questions when you're investing in the Pokemon TCG is vintage or modern? Today, let's figure that out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, TCG Funhouse, where we talk all things Pokemon TCG 3 times per week here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you're new to the channel, guys, please drop us up and smash that like button for me. You might want to do it because it's kind of one of the ways that you enter our giveaway for the month of April, which is these 2 Build and Battle Brilliant Stars boxes. But if you want full entry details, make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video. Every Monday, you guys know that we talk about Pokemon investing and Pokemon prices, things like that. And last week, I posted the very first episode of our new series where we pit 2 cards of certain price values up against each other, and I give you guys my opinions on which one you should choose. And the most important part is I want you guys down in the comment section to say which card you would choose and why, because I love learning from you guys as much as you guys learn from me. Last week, I just had select cards of certain price values, which I am also going to be using that tiered list as well today. We're going to be doing a $5 option, $10 option, $20, $50, and $100 options today. But we're going to take it one step farther, and we're going to be doing vintage versus modern. So every single competition head-to-head matchup is going to be one vintage card versus one modern card. So without further ado, let's dive right in. And up first here on the list, we're going to be doing that $5 tier in the head-to-head match-a-rooney, but we're going to be going with vintage rare Aquapolis cards. Now, we're going with regular rare cards, and there are quite a few of them that sit right around this $5 tier. The most important ones for me are Tentacruel, Muck, Magneton, Vileplume, and Kingdra. All of those cards range between like $4.80 to $5.50 at the market price over on TCG Player, and we're going to be putting those regular rare cards head to head up against the EVGX Full Art promo card. I think all of these cards are fantastic options and very, very safe bets. The Aquapolis cards, if you guys don't know, Aquapolis is one of the most expensive sets ever printed in the Pokemon TCG. It's kind of like right there behind Skyridge and right behind like Shadowless base set. Aquapolis kind of like nestles right into like that 3rd or 4th range of most expensive set ever printed. One of the last sets of Wizards of the Coast printing era with the yellow e-reader border. And even though we're talking about like non-hollows and things like that, I would still choose these cards over the EVGX Full Art simply because they just look so fantastic. It's some of the best artwork ever printed in the history of the Pokemon TCG, and it's just a very, very rare set. It's one of the rarest sets to find actually as like sealed options. So I don't know how much more of these regular rare cards that will be coming to market. We're kind of like there, you know, obviously some will still rear their heads, you know, between now and 10, 15 years from now, but not nearly as much of this EVGX promo that we're going to continue to see hitting the market over and over again. The regular rare cards have between like 20 and 35 cards available right now over on TCG Player, to where the EV card has like 60 available right now. So that's kind of it's like twice as much. And the main reason why I'm choosing the Aquapolis cards is because I do think the EV has an option to fall a little bit here. Even though I think EV cards are phenomenal buys, it really kind of bothers me that this card has kind of been declining in price a little bit. It hasn't like come significantly down by any means, and actually had like a 30-cent resurgence over the last 3-4 months. But overall, this card has not sustained fantastic value like ever. It's not like it used to be a $10 card and now it's a $5 card. It basically was always around this price point, and it does, like, it's just kind of going downwards slightly. So I wouldn't be surprised if this card falls to even like a $3 price range or something before it goes up, to where I think the Aquapolis cards are done with their floor, and as time goes by, they're just going to continue to rise. time for that second tier on our list, which of course is that $10 tier. And again, guys, we're going vintage versus modern. So I'm going actually all the way back to base set to bring the vintage card this time with Dragonair. The Dragonair non-holographic base set card going head to head with XY Evolutions Charizard EX, the standard Charizard EX. Let me know down in the comment section which one you would choose before I give you guys my response right now. So make sure you guys do that. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Okay, that is enough time. I am actually going with the Charizard EX here, believe it or not. I'm very partial to modern because I got really back into collecting during the modern time, even though base set is by far the most nostalgic set for me. The one thing that really stands out for me on this Charizard EX is it has really gone up in price. Just like 6 or 7 months ago, you were able to get this Charizard EX card for like $6, and it has now gone up to $10, actually approaching that $11 range, to where the Dragonair has kind of, I don't want to say it has petered off by any means, but it definitely is not going up in price the way that you would kind of want an investment to go. I do think the Dragonair may be a safer bet in this term, but its ceiling is significantly lower because, again, it's a non-holographic, which is actually, I mean, holographics are where it's all at, but buying a lesser version, like a lightly played or near mint, as opposed to like a graded card for the Dragonair, is actually safer than buying some of those vintage holos, because you don't have to worry about surfacing on the holographic, like those hollow scratches and those issues. So that's a good thing to look at, because condition means everything in terms of the Pokemon TCG. But seeing the growth that this Charizard EX has had over the past 6-7 months really surpasses this type of purchase for me. And to me, I don't see how this thing would floor much farther than it has. You know, we did see it around $6, which is at its lowest. I don't see it going back down to that. And it's Charizard, right? Anytime you're talking about the Pokemon TCG, Charizard tends to win most of the time. There are scenarios where you wouldn't choose Charizard, but for the most part, Charizard is just, it's much easier to sell off if you have to. It's much more impressive in a collection than, let's say, just like a vintage Dragonair. So even though these cards are the exact same price overall, I'm still going with the Charizard EX. Halfway marker on today's list, and of course that means we are approaching the $20 tier, and I'm actually sticking with base set this time. And yes, I actually upgraded to a holo. So we're putting the Ninetales holographic base set card today up against a couple of cards from the hottest set right now. Everybody's favorite Sword and Shield set so far, really, and that's Evolving Skies, up against Leafeon and Glaceon VMAX Rainbow Rares. Yes, the Rainbow Rares for Leafeon and Glaceon have fallen all the way down to like that $20, $21 marker. And the Ninetales Holo is right around like $19.20. So there might be like a $1 difference here. But, you know, don't sue me, okay? Don't sue me. I hate to do this, but I'm going modern once again. Like, even though I love that Ninetales holographic card, and it really does just touch all the nostalgia feels, you know, it hits all those nostalgia buttons, I'm going to the Rainbow Rare cards because I do think at the end of the day, they are going to be more rare than the holographic Ninetales card, even though we're getting this mass printing and mass production. Over on TCG Player, for the Rainbow, Glaceon, and Leafeon, there's actually only 25 to 27 cards of each of these available, which is very, very low. And Evolving Skies is everywhere. It still is popping up over at the retailers. It's been at the retailers, you know, for a while now. I don't remember when the set released. Gosh, I've opened so much Evolving Skies. But the Rainbow Rares are going to end up more rare than people are thinking. So I do think at this $20 price point for these Evolutions, right, these fan favorite Evolutions, is an absolute steal right now. Rainbow Rare Evolutions fan favorites is absolutely huge. And Ninetales, as much as I love this Ninetales card, it still is just, it's not really a fan favorite. People do love Ninetales, but not as much as they love their Evolutions. And again, I've said this last week, if it has taken 25 years for this holographic Ninetales to get to $25 or to get to $20, how long is it going to take to get to $40, $50, to where I can really see Leafeon and Glaceon Rainbow Rares going from $20 to $30 to $35 significantly faster over the next 4 or 5, 6 years, to where I think the Ninetales Hollow will still really be sitting in that same position that it's in right now. So make sure you guys are answering the questions down below, because I love hearing your guys' ideologies and your thoughts on which investments you would choose. I try to reply to every single one. So leave that comment down there. Which one are you choosing? In this round, I'm going with Rainbow, VMAX, Leafeon, and Glaceon. They both are around, they're like a 50-cent difference. So I jumbled them together. Which one are you guys choosing? That's where I'm going. $50. This is that tier where you're really starting to think twice about buying a card, right? You're like, $10, fine. $20, fine. But when you start digging into your pockets and spending $50 on one Pokemon TCG card, it really requires a little bit more research and a little bit more depth before you click that finalize, add to cart, spend, complete purchase button, right? It really, really matters. And I know I said that I was going to be going vintage versus modern this entire time, but this matchup was too good for me. I'm putting Mew and Mew head to head. That's right. Shining Mew from Shining Legends and Shiny Golden Mew from Celebrations are basically the exact same price right now, squeezing in between that $45 and $50 range. And both of these cards have pretty much steadily been coming down in price a little bit, which really makes me think that these cards are really hitting that floor to buy. Now, this is the toughest question that I have ever faced in the Pokemon TCG when I'm thinking about this, because I absolutely love both of these cards. The Shining Mew from Shining Legends is arguably my favorite card ever printed. And then they printed the Shiny Golden Mew, which at first I loved it so much, I didn't even believe that it was a real card. And then poof, we got it. And not only did we get it, but to me, it is significantly more affordable and cheaper than I thought it was going to be. When I saw the Mew, I said, this is going to be $100 all day long. Easy peasy. Could even be the rarest card in the set. Fooled me. You can get it for $45 right now over on TCG Player. That being said, I'm still going with Shining Mew from Shining Legends, simply because I think at the end of the day, it is just going to be a more rare card, which is still up in the air though, because Celebrations has really been harder to find out at the retailers and at your LGSs, and I can't remember the last time my distributor offered it to me. And when they do, it's usually only like V-Union boxes. You know, they're not offering ETBs. They're not offering all kinds of stuff. So I do wonder what the printing is going to be like for Celebrations, which could really determine this decision. If we're going to get a bunch of ETBs and a bunch more releases of Celebrations over the next year or so, then the Shining Mew takes the cake easily. But Shining Legends, believe it or not, was actually printed quite a bit. It was printed in, I think, 2016, and you were still able to find Shining Legends out at your store as of like 2019, right before the big boom. Even 2020, I left so many of those little 3-pack boxes on the shelves for Shining Legends because I'm dumb and I wish I would have bought them now. But already to this point, there's 62 Shining Mews available, to where the Mew Secret Rare Gold has 107 available over on TCG Player. So even though I think the gold card is actually more impressive of a card because it has the 25th anniversary stamp, it's a gold card, it's a shiny version. For me, I think Shining Legends is going to end up being the more rare card at the end of the day. But if you're telling me down there that you're going for the gold card, I would not blame you whatsoever, because I am literally like 1A, 2A, like they're right there. They're both A's. I can't change it. I don't know the selection. I don't know. My gut tells me Shining Mew. All right, we have reached God tier, guys. We have reached that final epitome of holy crap. I must really, really, really Love this card. If I'm going to drop $100 on it, that's right, we're talking about that $100 tier. And yes, we're going back to vintage versus modern. I just could not wait on that Mew selection. So give me all the hate you want in the comment section. I just couldn't not bring that one to the table. I just had to. But here for the $100 marker, this is the crazy tier, man. I'm going with Dark Houndoom holographic rare from Neo Destiny. And I'm putting it up against the Charizard Brexen GX Tag Team Rainbow Rare from Cosmic Eclipse. And both of these cards are absolutely freaking phenomenal. Both of their TCG player market prices right now are in between $95 and $100, depending on condition you want to buy it for, right? But my selection here, believe it or not, I'm going with, I don't know what I'm going to go with. I don't know. I'm going with the Dark Houndoom. I'm going with Dark Houndoom from Neo Destiny. I know that I love modern cards, but this Dark Houndoom is just so freaking phenomenal. It is such a beautiful card, guys, and it's one of my favorite cards from Neo Destiny altogether. And I do think as these Neo sets get pushed more away and they get older and older and older, they are going to grow in value more so than like a Jungle or Fossil or any of those things, right? The holos from the Neo generation are already more expensive than Jungle, Fossil, Team Rocket. Really, they're on almost like the same plane as like Shadowless base set. Even like regular base set holos are under the Neo generation, which is strange to me, but I know it's because of like printing, right? There were so many of those primary sets from Generation 1 printed to where Neo, the Pokemon TCG was like, it was still cool, but it wasn't nearly as poppin' as it was. So they toned the printers down a little bit, so they are more rare. But I'm still going with the Houndoom right now because I do think ultimately it has a higher ceiling than the Rainbow Brexen Charizard Tag Team GX, and I'll tell you the reason why. So the Brexen Charizard Tag Team, it's not even the best Charizard Tag Team in the Sun and Moon era. That belongs to Reshiram and Charizard. So you're already settling right now by not getting the Reshiram Charizard Tag Team and choosing Brexen instead. But Cosmic Eclipse is in doubt probably one of the best sets in the Sun and Moon era, if not the best set. People are going to go to Hidden Fates, obviously, but Cosmic Eclipse is right there as the best standard set for sure. And my other thing is too, is Lord knows how many more Rainbow Charizards we're going to get. We already have 4 or 5 Rainbow Charizards that have been printed. And if they continue to print these Rainbow Charizards, they're still gonna, they're gonna flood the market with them, right? So as another Rainbow Charizard comes out and another Rainbow Charizard comes out, I can see some of the other Rainbow Charizards falling. And this Charizard Brexen Tag Team is probably everybody's least favorite so far of the Rainbow Charizards. It is the most affordable of the Rainbow Charizard version. How many times can I say Rainbow Charizard? I don't know. It's what we're talking about, okay? You're just going to have to deal with it. But that is one of the reasons why I think it could get hurt in the long run, to where I don't know if we're ever going to get dark cards again. So getting like these dark Houndoom type cards, I think can be very nostalgic for people and go up significantly more in price, again, the farther they get pushed out. So I'm going vintage this time. I almost always choose modern. I love modern so much, it really grabs me more. But in this case, Neo Destiny is a fantastic set, and I got to go with that Dark Houndoom holographic rare. That's it, guys. That's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comment section which of the selections you would choose. Some people were doing number versions. They were doing 1 through 5. Some people just chose their favorite category, like their favorite tier, and they went at it in that rate. So that was fantastic as well. But any way you want to do it, guys, let me know. Who would you choose? Tell me I'm an idiot. Say, bro, you selected all the wrong stuff, so that way I can ban you from my channel. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I would. But, make sure you guys, if you're new, drop a sub, guys. Smash that like button. It really, really helps out. But I know that you're really only still here to get those entry details for those Brilliant Stars build-in battle kits. And you know what, guys? I guess you've waited long enough. Here they are right now. Thank you guys so much for staying around to the end of today's video to get your entry details for the month of April here on TCG Funhouse. That's right. Boom! 2 winners for the month of April. Every quarter, I like to do a giveaway where I give multiple subscribers a chance to win instead of just one. And in April, we're doing 2 Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Kits, guys. That's amazing. 4 booster packs inside plus a stamped promo. All you have to do, guys, is make sure you are a subscriber here on the TCG Funhouse YouTube channel. Smash that like button on this video and leave a comment below. Anything you want to comment, whether I ask you a question in the video, what you thought of the video, anything. I reply to as many comments as I can, and I make sure I heart as many comments as I can as well. But that's all that you guys have to do to get your entries for this month, and you can get an entry every single video. See you there.